Hello and welcome. Today I want to take a look at the event units 1 week later. Today we are going to take a look at their skills, their performance in different modes, and we are going to compare them to other students that are used in those modes. Of course this is all based on my experience and opinions, so if you disagree let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. Let's start by talking about Tsurugi. She has been pretty popular, but let's see if it's for her combat or her outfit or both. So how good is Summer Tsurugi? Let's talk about her skills first and then in what kind of content she could perform better and what unit does she compare to in terms of role for that kind of content. Her role is striker. Her position is front. Her damage type is mystic, blue. EX, cost 3. Increase attack power of normal attacks by 67% for 20 seconds. Normal skill, every 35 seconds hits an opponent for 190% damage. Passive skill, increase attack speed by 14%. Sub-skill, when your normal skill trigger increase attack speed by 16.8%. So looking at her kit, I would say that she is better suited for PvE rather than PvP. Being in the front line without shield, evasion skills or a massive health pool makes her not suited for PvP, especially considering the current meta. The current best PvP student when it comes to mystic damage, blue, is Haruna, and Tsurugi does not come even close to her in power. We will discuss Haruna more in detail later when we talk about Bikini Azusa. For PvE she can be a good addition since we don't have many front students on the mystic damage class. Talking about PvE, I don't think she will be exceptional in PvE either. One of the reasons for it is because she lacks the lifesteal that her penetrating damage, yellow, counterpart has. While she can deal a lot of DMG, she is a close combat student with no AoE or self-healing effects. In the Shirokuro battle she can perform fine, but she would not be on my main team. I think she could be really good in the secondary team for opening the challenge and lowering the boss health quickly, especially the first one. Against the second boss she will be hard to keep alive because of her short range and lack of movement skills. So in conclusion, she has other assets that make her a must but is not her battle assets. So how good is Azusa? Well, let's take a look at her from 2 points of view: PvE and PvP. Let's start by talking about her skills. I'll be using as reference the progress I've made so far on her skills. Azusa, her role is striker. Her position is middle. Her damage type is mystic, blue. EX, cost 5. Deals 847% damage to one enemy and leaves sustained chill damage for 650% of her attack power for 20 seconds, at max level. Normal skill, increase own crit rate by 34.7% every 35 seconds, at level 8. Passive, increase own attack power by 26.6%, at max level. Sub-skill: when attacking there's a 30% chance of increasing own defense power by 10.4% for 13 seconds and the cooldown is 5 seconds, at level 4. So let's talk about her in more detail. Her EX has a cost of 5, which is in the middle, not too high but is not cheap. The damage from it is pretty good, especially because it leaves a dot effect which can be really useful for the Shiro/Kuro raid battle. When it comes to normal PvE is not impressive since is single target, however she is decently tanky and her attack speed is pretty good because she wears an AR. The rest of her skills add up pretty well to her stats and I think they solidify her role as a raid battle DPS. You could compare her to Chiz in this regard since both have dot in her EX, however there's one big difference: Chiz's dot is an AoE which makes Chiz better in regular PvE. Azusa's X, while being extremely strong, a single target. Also Chiz's EX cost 4 and deals its damage over 10 seconds, but in my opinion for the Shiro/Kuro raid battle Azusa can be a direct replacement for Chiz, or you can use them together depending on what other students you own. Now let's take a look at her in PvP. For PvP the direct comparison would be against one of the queens of PvP, aka Haruna. Haruna is a very popular student in PvP because with a bit of luck can one-shot the enemy Tsubaki, which at the moment of recording is the most used tank in PvP. So let's take a look at Haruna's skills and then we will see how they compare. Again, the reference point for Haruna is based on my progress on her. Haruna. Her role is striker. Her position is back. Damage type Mystic, blue. EX, cost 3. Deals 887% damage in a line and pierced through enemies, dealing 10% less damage per enemy pierced, and the minimum damage is 30%, at max level. Normal skill: every 30 seconds hits one enemy for 340% damage, at level 9. Passive skill: increase own HP by 23.1%, at level 8. Subskill: increase own attack power by 17.1% when not moving, at level 9. So Haruna's EX costs 3, which gives it more chances to trigger first compared to Azusa's 5. The damage on Haruna's is superior too, and it has the capability of defeating multiple enemy students since it is piercing, which means that if the enemy students line up, you can potentially defeat multiple. I've defeated 3 in one shot. It's a rare event but it happens. So when it comes to EX skills Haruna has the advantage, but one thing that is to be said is that Tsubaki can dodge Haruna's EX, rendering it useless, which is harder when it comes to Azusa's EX. Also the dot effect on Azusa's EX could potentially finish off or greatly damage Tsubaki, so you could say that it has some redeeming qualities. However, for the sake of being as objective and clear as possible, Haruna's EX is better most of the times in PvP. When it comes to the rest of their skills, Azusa's skills are less fitted for PvP compared to Haruna's. The 340% shot every 30 seconds has won me fights more often than I'd like to admit, since at higher ranks the battles can get very long because Tsubaki on both teams refuse to go down. Also is important to consider that Haruna has more HP, which makes her effectively more tanky than Azusa, since Azusa's defense boost works on a chance to trigger and it takes a bit too long, so having flat out more HP is better. So in conclusion, who is Azusa for? What kind of player can make the best use of her? Should you even pull for her? Well, it depends. I like Azusa a lot. I think she is very strong on Shiro/Kuro raid battle, and I think that if you care for score in raid battles you should try to optimize your students as much as you can. I don't think she can replace Haruna in any mode, since Haruna is an all-around excellent student, probably, in my opinion it is, the best blue striker currently in the game. Now should you pull for her? Well, if you like her, yeah, go ahead. Are you having problems to clear Shiro/Kuro? Then go ahead, she will probably make your life easier. Are you having trouble in PvP? Well, if you don't have Haruna, maybe she can solve your issues, but consider that being a middle striker puts her in a position that makes her easier to reach, so she may die before she can be of any help, and that's one of the reasons that makes snipers so powerful in PvP. Also, Haruna and Shun are just too good. Personally, I pulled for her because I wanted to improve my Shiro/Kuro score and because I lack good blue strikers, but I would not say that she is a must for anyone, and if you are F2P like me, you would do better to save if you don't really like or need her. Last student and probably the hardest one to evaluate. Mashiro. Her role is special. Damage type Mystic, Blue, EX, cost 4. Reduce the evasion of one enemy by 30.1%, for 30 seconds, and deals damage for 640% of her attack power. Every 30 seconds increase the critical rate of the ally with the highest attack power value by 18.9% for 20 seconds. Increase attack power by 14%. Increase accuracy by 9.1%. So let's talk about Mashiro. Her skills seem to be made for PvP, and I think that she has the potential to be a meta-breaking student. Here are some reasons for me to believe so. First, she deals blue damage, which is strong against Tsubaki, and even if she does not one-shot Tsubaki, the evasion debuff will help greatly. Second, her scaling is insane. Having 640% damage at level 1 is already amazing, so I can't even imagine how much she will reach at max. Probably around 1000%. Third, the accuracy boost on herself and the crit rate boost on the ally with the most attack are buffs that can give you a big edge. PvP problems and PvE. On PvP, the queen of special units Hibiki has AoE that can potentially kill both enemy strikers at the start of the battle, which is extremely important, especially considering that you don't want the enemy Shun to be alive for long. Another problem when it comes to PvP is that besides her EX she has no other sources of damage, which once again Hibiki has by shooting a mortar shot every few seconds, dealing a lot of AoE. Furthermore, if Mashiro does not shoot first, if she fails to one-shot the enemy Tsubaki, you will lose to the enemy Hibiki that killed both of your strikers. Last, you can't pick targets, so Mashiro might not even shoot Tsubaki, wasting her EX and putting you in a bad spot. From personal experience, I've not lost a single PvP match against a summer Mashiro, however I still think she has lots of potential to be discovered. On the PvE side she is decent but not great. On regular PvE you want AoE, which she lacks. For Shiro/Kuro she does not provide cover nor reposition capabilities, so while her damage is great, our striker might die before she can be of too much help. However, I think she could be good on a secondary team together with Tsurugi for the fast damage burst on the first boss and hopefully a good chunk of the second. Well, this has been a pretty long video. I hope this is of help for those that still do not know which one to pull for or what to do with the event students. I wish you the best of lucks with your gacha if you decide to pull, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more guides, reviews and L2D memories. Have a great day and see you next time.